What's up, everybody? More Browns talk. The season ain't even over, and we already talking about the draft, as you see from the title. What actually, I guess the season ends in a couple hours here. They got the Bengals to close out the season, but however, I want to talk a little bit about the draft upcoming. I always get excited about it. I guess it's kind of been our Super Bowl, as Browns fans like to joke, or even NFL fans. They know too. It's no secret that we're always at the top of the draft, but let's just make this quick. Priorities: wide receiver, O-line. Defense, I still want talent on that side of the ball, but we're already at an elite level, so I don't think it's a necessity necessarily. But as far as prospects, a lot of people here in Cleveland, I don't know what the consensus is outside of Cleveland. But when it comes to wide receiver at that, I think we're at the sixth pick. I forget exactly where we're at, or if we're fluctuating a little bit. But a lot of people are saying Carnell Tate. I'm a big fan of Carnell. I think mentality wise, maturity wise, route running, catching, he has a mix of everything. The only things that I question when it comes to him are why it took so, and I guess this isn't exactly a knock, but why it took so long for him to develop. He did sit a couple years, and he's taken a backseat to Jeremiah. I guess you could consider that a knock, even though Jeremiah is like the best player in the country. But Cardinal, I'm not entirely sold on. I'm just not sure if at the NFL level he's going to be a number one. I feel like he might be a number two. He almost reminds me of I've heard people say Pickens, but I almost want to say like a Brian Thomas. And Brian Thomas was great last year. This year he took a bit of a falling off, and I think maybe with the maturity level of Carnell, he wouldn't have that drop off necessarily as he progresses forward. But as we're developing, I feel like we need that explosion from a wide receiver. And I just feel like there's players at the wide receiver position in this class, and I actually think it's kind of deep, that give us the things that Tate gives us at a higher level. So if we can get Tate at a later pick, or even trade up a little bit and maybe double down on receiver, I don't think they'll do that, but I wouldn't be mad at that. But my first pick for wide receiver is going to be Jordan. I'm a Jordan Tyson fan. I feel like he's this year's T-Mac. And I just don't know if in year one, Carnell will give us that type of production with how we're building things. It depends on, again, and I'll save this for another video, but it sounds like Andrew Berry's going to be back next year, and he's coming off a great draft. I know he's made mistakes and hasn't had the best luck with drafting wide receivers, but Tyson is that guy for me. If we can get Tyson at that first pick, get O-line at our second pick in the first round. I like Carter Smith. I like the kid out of Penn State. There's another one out of who's the one out of Oregon? Emmanuel. I forget his last name, but that's another guy I'm looking at. But back to receiver, if we can get Tyson at that number one and then double down in the second round, because I think we have an early pick, 39 or something like that. I don't know if it's ours or one that we traded for. But if we could get like a Brazil or a Boston, or if Carnell happens to slide, because I feel like if we pass on him, somebody take a chance on him over the other ones. I don't know, because I think, again, there's other players that I feel garner like that first round tag, and I'm just unsure on Carnell. So yeah, those are my thoughts when it comes to the draft. Wide receiver, and O lineman. Tackle, I'm a huge fan of Dwan Jones, but he's had injury issues, so I don't know if later we try to address and build some depth behind him, and we focus on, I don't know what we're gonna do with Teller, but that left side of the line, guard, we definitely need to address, maybe even center. I don't know what we're doing with Postage, so we'll see when it comes to that. But draft, wide receiver, and O-line. I'm curious to see or hear what you guys think when it comes to that in our draft strategy. Obviously, that's going to change a little bit because, like I said, Stefanski might be out the door. Barry will still be here, and it kind of depends on who we bring in. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to make another video, a quick video about the coaching situation, and where I think we'll go in regards to that. But if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. Comment your comments down below. Let me know who you want us to take as a Browns fan. If you're not a Browns fan, who you think we'll take. Who puts us on that direct trajectory. Whatever we do, please. I know I'd actually be okay trading back a couple spots. If we trade back to like the Jets pick or something, say they want to try and trade up and get somebody, and then Tyson's off the board at that point, and then we take Carnell, I'd be okay with that. But at that earlier pick, I just don't want to take Carnell there. Tyson is my guy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think we're gonna end up doing with those picks and what you want us to do. Go Browns.